Hey y'all, I'm Ashland.
And I'm Emily, and we're missing Marla, but she would also tell you to mansplain hockey elsewhere. Um,
Hey.
so the Hurricanes are still on top. Yay!
Eh.
I know. But Marla will fill us in at the end with all the different standings. She had some family stuff today, so her portion is just going to be tacked on there.
Hey guys, it's Marla, and I'm going to go over the standings so far. So we'll start with the North Division. The Leafs are on top. They are pretty much guaranteed to stay on top. Looking at the Athletic, they have a projection for the playoffs that they update every morning. So this was updated last night at 12:45 a.m., so it's going to be a little bit off, but they have the Leafs as a 94% chance of taking first in the division, which is pretty good. And then the Oilers have a 58% chance of getting second, and the Jets have a 59% chance of getting third. So that's probably how it's going to shake out. Looking at the points so far, like I said, Leafs have 65, the Jets are at 57, and the Oilers are 56. So they're kind of expected to flip a little bit. Canadians have 49 points, and they have a 66% chance of coming in fourth. So looking like that's how it's going to shake out in the North. As for the West, the Knights are still on top, man. I'm excited. I like the Knights. Expansion teams are always fun. And that was the first team, expansion team that I ever got to see as a new hockey fan. As you guys know, didn't watch hockey as a kid, so it was exciting to see that happen. And we're going to see it again soon in a month, I think, for the Kraken. So super excited for that. And I love the Knights, what they're doing out there anyway. Obviously, I can't separate them from Fleury. So that's where we're at with them. So they have a 47% chance of getting first in the division. So the Athletic does not believe in them as of last night. They have the Avalanche coming in 51% chance of coming in first. So, and the Avalanche currently has 66 points. So they're 4 points behind the Knights, who have 70. So, I mean, it's definitely, obviously possible, but I, for one, would love to see the Knights come out on top. The Wild is the favorite for third place, 81% chance of doing that, and the Blues have a 69% chance of coming in fourth, which sounds pretty nice to me. And we'll save the best for last. So the Central Division, Canes are still on top. I'm sure Em talked all about it today, so I'm excited to listen and see what she had to say about that. They have 68 points. Almost nice. But I guess it's still okay. Panthers are right behind them. They got 67. Lightning are at 64. And the Preds, still above that line, they have 54 points. So the Central Division projected standings, the Hurricanes are definitely going to the playoffs, and they have an 83% chance of coming in first. The Lightning is the favorite to come in second. They've got 44% chance coming in second. The Panthers have a 42% chance, so it's pretty close. So it's going to be a shake-up there. And the Preds have a 48% chance of coming in fourth, while the Stars have a 50% chance. So that'll be interesting. I would love to see I'm going to love, rather, to see what's going to happen there. It's going to be super exciting. And in the East. So I'm recording Sunday night, so the Pens game against Boston has completed, and they did win, which I was so nervous about because back-to-back games, when Boston is the second game, even if they're not both games, it's still so hard. So I was super excited. It was only a 1-0 score, so nothing to throw a parade over, I guess. But at this point, a win's a win, and the Pens are on top of the East. They have 67 points. The Caps have played one fewer games, and they are at 66 points. So it's going to be a tight race. Islanders are at 63 points, and the Bruins are at 60. So, and after that, it drops. Rangers are 54, and the Flyers have 49, and then we don't care about the other two. So the East is exciting. And the division probabilities in this athletic article are super wishy-washy. The Pens have a 38% chance of coming in first, but the Caps have a 31% chance. And the Pens have a 28% chance of coming in second, the Caps have a 25% chance, and the Bruins have a 24% chance, and the Islanders have a 23% chance of coming in second. So second is essentially a complete toss-up. No one knows for sure. Like, it's going to be so crazy. And we only have, I'm not sure about all the other teams, but the Pens' last game is May 8th, so we have 7 games left. So, and we got, it's going to be a crazy end of the season.
But we had our fate in our own hands this week. We could have punched a Stanley Cup ticket if the Red Wings had won yesterday, but I don't think they did that. So, but hopefully we will be soon. I think the Golden Knights already got theirs.
Like, and somebody,
not the Stanley Cup ticket itself, but like the playoffs.
The playoffs, them and Avalanche, but like, duh, on them.
Yeah. So like, I feel like we will, but we just have to maybe take another couple days. But Monday we lost 3-2 in overtime to the Lightning. But Tuesday we won 4-1 in regulation. Thursday we beat the Panthers 4-2 in regulation, and then yesterday we lost in overtime 4-3. So like, we got points every game we played this week, which was good.
Yeah.
Our shots on goal were like, seemed very low, and we only had more than the other team in Tuesday's win. And our face-off percentages were really low, except yesterday in our loss, we had a 63% face-off percentage, which was really good. So, yeah, and all week we scored on exactly 3 power plays.
Could be worse.
And there was one game that we gave up. Thursdays, in which we won, we gave the Panthers the opportunity for, hi Carolina, my cat who's in the picture if you watch on YouTube. We gave the Panthers 9 power plays on Thursday. So I don't know what, like, maybe they were just mad to have to spend a week in Florida. I don't know what the guys were on, but they were pissed off.
That's a lot. Wow.
Hey,
yeah. Fun hockey, though.
Yeah, fun hockey. And so I also started looking at hits, which we'll get to later when in the Teach Me section. But it seems like we're averaging around 30 hits per game. So we also like to beat people up. But that's fun. That's why people go to hockey games.
Exactly. That's what we're here for.
So how did the Preds do this week?
Okay, so, the Preds, we played the Blackhawks all week long, and it was important because the Blackhawks, the Stars, and the Panthers are fighting for that playoff appearance from the Central. So we took 2 out of 3 from the Blackhawks this week. We won on Monday 5-2. Saros was in the net for all 3 games. I think we're finally he's been back from injury enough and done really, really well since he was back, to the point where, he's always supposed to be our main guy, but anyways, whatever. He's back and he's better than ever, because before he got hurt, it was kind of like, nah, Pekka's kind of doing better than you, and he's like 140, so we're confused here. But he's got injured. That wasn't a good thing. But he did get injured. He came back, and now he's better than ever, because he had 32 saves in Monday night's game, 30 saves in Wednesday night's loss, and 30 more saves in Friday night's win. We did not score a single power play goal this week. That's what I was meaning when I said it could get worse. Yeah, we had 5 attempts on Monday, 2 on Wednesday, and only 1 Friday, but we didn't get a goal for any of those. The loss on Wednesday was actually an overtime loss.
I think it was the Islanders social media team was like, can we just start turning down power plays?
Yeah, like can we just never mind?
Be like, we don't want it,
Never mind.
actually. Thank you.
Oh, so Wednesday night, who the Braves play Wednesday? I don't remember because the Yankees. Hello, because I was
Yankees.
watching the Braves game, but Bally Sports' little ticker at the bottom had the Preds score on it. So I say we're up like 4-1 in the third, and I was like, hell yeah, we're gonna take this one too. This is great. I'm watching the game, ticks up 4-2 in the third. Okay, I mean like,
Whatever.
yeah, but like it's fine. It's fine. There's like 8 minutes left. We're good.
We're fine.
Okay. 3-4. I was like, oh my God, what is happening? Like, stop it. But Ian was pitching so well, I didn't want to like
Switch over.
juju, like you never know what'll do it. So I didn't want to switch over. So I was just like madly watching the ticker at the bottom and then like I don't know what ESPN calls it, but their version of like gameplay, like MLB does, that like kind of shows you sort of play by play in the little like animated thing.
The game center.
Yeah, maybe that's what it's called. So I was watching that. Anyways, that game should have been a win. We should have swept the Blackhawks this week. We didn't, but that's fine. We're still fourth in the division. We did put a few more points between us. We have 54 points. The Stars have 52, I believe, and the Blackhawks have 49. So,
and hopefully we can help you with the Stars this week because we played them twice.
Okay.
And yep, so we play them twice and the Red Wings once and then the Blue Jackets. So like us beating the Stars would help y'all. The Red Wings for some reason are kryptonite, and I think that's because I'm dating someone from Detroit and the universe hates me and wants me to learn to have less of an ego, but I still have it. So maybe if I'm humble this week, we'll actually win the game. So I'm going to try that. But we'll try to beat the Stars and help you out. And then we just have to keep winning because, I mean, kind of like our fates in our hands.
Yeah. When you're at the top, all you got to do is keep winning. Must be nice. We have like kind of a light week this week, or like a large break. We play the Panthers on Monday and Tuesday, and then we don't play again until Saturday. And that game is against the Stars. So hopefully you guys wear them out this week. By Saturday, they'll be really tired. Us beat them then too.
Yeah.
And we can put a little more numbers in between like the 4, 5, and 6 spots, because the 1, 2, 3, I think the drop off from third place to us is 10 points, and if it's not 10, it's like 8. It's really close to 10. So, but then 4, 5, and 6 is, like I said, like 54, 52, and 49. So I really need some more space between us. So we can at least, because if we get to the playoffs, I mean, I'm not saying we're about to win Stanley Cup or anything, but if we can get to the playoffs, anything can happen.
I mean, the Bucks did it. The Bucks were they a wild card, and then they won the Super Bowl.
Yep.
So you know,
let's
we'll help y'all with the Stars, and y'all like help us keep the Panthers down.
Got it.
Seems like a good deal, I think.
Look at us working together
for the good. Mansplain hockey elsewhere, taking over the league. Love it.
So this week the Pens went 4-1, which is super exciting, especially toward the end of the season, and those standings are so close. So last Sunday, they did lose against the Sabres. It was just kind of a blah game. I mean, it ended up being 4-2, and DeSmith, his save percentage was .893, saved 25 out of 28 shots. So second game of the week was against the Devils. They played the Devils a lot this week. It was kind of annoying. 3 times, in fact. They played Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. So that was super fun. But they won all of them. So Tuesday's game was 7-6. And it was really, really exciting until like the third period. And then it got very scary because they gave up, like, I think there might have been 1 goal that the Devils got prior to the third period, but after that it was all them. And no one really had an explanation for what the fuck happened. So I have no idea what fell apart, why everyone just lost steam. But I guess a win by the skin of your teeth is still a win. So the next game was more exciting. On the 22nd, it was a 5-1 game, so didn't fall off the rails there. And the shots on goal, we only had 23, and they had 31. So that's awesome. Power plays, didn't get any of those. We gave up 4 opportunities to the Devils in that game, and they didn't score at all. So that's good, even though we keep getting penalties, at least they're not scoring on us. Jari saved 30 out of 31 shots, so awesome job by him that game. On the 24th, another win. That score was 4-2. So the shots on goal, we had 37 and they had 36. We did get a power play goal, so yay for that. And then today, on Sunday, played the Bruins, and it was very stressful up until the very last second. So as the games against the Bruins tend to be, ended up being 1-0. And it was neck and neck like the whole time. They had 30 shots on goal, we had 29. Their face-off percentage was 48, ours was obviously 52. They had 0 power play opportunities, we had 1 right at the end. Didn't get a goal there at the end. They still took their goalie out of the net because why the fuck wouldn't you? But Jari looked brilliant, 30 out of 30 saves, awesome. There's some really close calls. Gensel got hit really bad at the end. I mean, he got up. He didn't get taken off the ice on a stretcher or anything, but there was 4 of them on him, and they just took him down. And so that's what our power play was about. So this week is going to be a tough one. Tuesday, the Bruins are still in town, and hopefully we can get that win, keep the momentum going. And then Thursday and Saturday, the guys are heading to Washington, and we're going to play the Caps, who are right on our asses. So it's going to be a very stressful week, and I am personally kind of asking for perfection. I know it's not absolutely needed, but I would love it. Really want to see them finish first after the start to the season that we had, and it was just such a roller coaster. It's going to be tough, but it's going to be exciting.
So I told you I started looking at hits because I was like, everybody hits everybody in hockey. How's that even a stat? How do you keep up with this? So I learned that apparently it's a very controversial stat to track, I guess, because it's never actually defined in the rule book what a hit is.
Difficult.
But then someone says but then they said a valid hit is, and I'm like, well, how do you know what a valid hit is if it's not in the rule book? But also I didn't read the whole entire rule book, so
Examine that.
But it said for a valid hit to be registered on the stat sheet, the player credited with it must A, intentionally initiate physical contact with the player possessing the puck, so you can't just stumble into them.
Okay, that makes sense.
B, the player sustaining the contact must lose possession of the puck as a result. C, if the contact results in a penalty, no hit can be awarded.
Okay. So if you did it wrong, i.e. get a penalty, doesn't count. Fine. Right. And if you hit them, but they still keep the puck, then you didn't do it very well, so doesn't count.
Which is what you would think, right? But the intensity of the contact doesn't enter into the equation, nor does the loss of possession of the puck necessarily have to involve a turnover. They could lose the puck and it still count as a hit, but recover it themselves. They just have to literally lose possession for a split second.
Well, Jesus.
So that's where it gets controversial.
Yeah.
You're did they actually lose possession, or were they just I don't know what it's called, but sweeping it? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where it goes off the puck for a half a second, and then they was that what they were doing, or did they lose possession because they got hit?
Because they got hit. Yeah, I can see how that part is controversial, for sure.
So it's not like it has to result in a turnover. It's just they have to lose possession. But they can get it right back.
Love that arbitrary without an actual explanation rule.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm sure
Sports
it's one of those,
anymore.
yeah. So I'm sure it's almost like when they call errors sometimes.
Yeah.
Like, was that a hit or was that an error?
Error.
It's kind of who's keeping stats that day.
Love that. I
Yeah.
mean, what is it? I saw something today. This was about baseball, but it works for literally all sports. But it was like human error has always been the other player on the field absolutely because
And it's like when they call things, that affects the replay because if you
yeah,
make the wrong call on the field, but you don't have enough evidence, like,
yeah. Then
I
it
mean,
doesn't
how many times have we seen it, whether you call him safe or you call him out, is what he's going to end up staying. So it
right.
really depends on what you call him the first time.
Yep. I wonder who has like the most hits. Who's like the guy who everybody's like they're gonna beat the fuck out of you. That guy, he's gonna beat the shit out of you. So just be ready.
Okay, NHL most hits in a career was Mark Boriecki, who apparently played for Nashville at one point.
Oh, okay.
Let's look.
That would be kind of fun to be that guy though. To be like you have the most hits and you're coming into a game and well, I don't know. I guess if it's a little controversial, maybe they don't pay super attention to it. But if they did,
I guess, okay, that's what Google said, but then when you actually click on the link, LA Kings, real time since 2005, 2006. Why do we
mm-hmm.
care about, why do we care about that? That's weird. This is weird. Anyway, Dustin Brown for the LA Kings. Alex Ovechkin has a lot of hits.
Yeah, that checks out.
Yeah. I'm trying to look. So the Islanders apparently like to hit people. People on the Caps do. I mean, our teams aren't really that mean. Like, we got a Penguin at number 11 here.
Okay.
But then, like, Nashville doesn't come into it until number 14 with Shane Weber. Carolina, I mean, where are we? We're just the nice guys of the league.
Y'all are like super nice.
We're at 31 with Jordan Stahl. He's only got 1,800 hits in 1,000 games. Like, what is he doing out here? He's barely hitting 2 people a game.
I was about to say he's barely doing
He's
anything.
not even hitting 2 people a game.
Yeah.
I mean, my goodness. Well. So,
well, now I'm gonna have to pay extra attention.
Maybe it's because we get all the penalties. We just go straight to penalties.
Yeah, you're like, fuck it. We're gonna really make this worth it for us.
Right.
We don't give a shit about stats.
So yeah. So now we know that a hit is an actual thing and not just like what they do. It's an actual stat.
Love that.
Yeah.
Now it's something else I can try to keep up with better.
Yeah.
We'll see how that goes. And Marla will tell us where all you can find us, but in a little happy news, we did finally figure out Apple Podcasts. We are there. Now, there is a small caveat to that still, or at least there was as of yesterday. I haven't checked this morning. If you subscribe on a computer, like if you use the RSS, then you can subscribe to the podcast. When you search Apple Podcasts, we're still not quite showing up, but we will be. It just takes like a matter of days for it to come up. And I think, what day did I get that fixed? Maybe like Friday, Thursday? I don't remember, but it was later on in the week. So we probably still can't search. I know we couldn't yesterday.
It's not there.
It's coming.
It's coming.
Okay.
And it's not just us. It's like everybody's having issues.
Yeah. Apple Podcast is redoing like a bunch of stuff, and they're actually having like a subscription platform added in, and it's screwing everything up because like our Mansplain baseball episode took forever to get out this week. Talking Baseball's episodes took a long time. Talking Nets, I know, took a long time. Like, downloads are down for everybody. So Apple's really fucking with us extra more than they have been for like the last 2 months. But I did fix it. You can subscribe, and you just have to do it from your computer if you want. There may be a way to subscribe like direct from the RSS feed. I don't know the answer, but I'll tweet out a link anyway. I'm pretty sure it's like Apple podcast.mansplainhockeyelsewhere.com or something, but I'll tweet out a link just in case. And soon enough, you'll be able to search, and it'll be way easier. Or you can just keep watching our face. I mean, whatever. Carolina made a guest appearance today. That was fun. So
Yes. And I named her that when I lived in Virginia. I'm not that insane. Just FYI. And she had a brother named Ramses, who was her mascot. So it was really cute to have Carolina and Ramses together.
and there she is again.
Here she is again. They called her Luna at the shelter because her eyes were super big. But anyway. Okay. You're being so sweet. So she will probably be back next week. So we will all see you next Wednesday. Bye.